Today, I want to give you a gift. I want to help you with something really, really practical that I believe can improve the lives of the people that you care about in deep, deep ways. I'm not good at a lot of things, but I've had friends tell me that what I'm about to talk about, I have something to offer. I've got some experience in doing. And so I believe if you apply what I share today, your life and the lives of the people that you love can be dramatically better starting as early as today. Now, when I was 10 years old, I was on a soccer team called the Blitz. All my friends were on that team. We won every game we played. Life was pretty good. We were so good, in fact, that though we were a rec team, we decided we need better competition, so we'd become a club team. So we held tryouts, and basically everyone on the team made it except me. I got cut. I was told, Tim, you're not good enough. Might not sound like a big deal because I was just 10 years old, but that rocked me. That was my entire world. And so it set into motion me feeling like I needed to scrap and claw and do whatever I could to prove my worth in all areas of my life. Fast forward nearly 3 decades of me doing that. Become exhausted, feeling like I had to prove something to everyone. And I received this email a few years ago in the midst of that from someone who I wasn't close to, named Mark. And it was an email that came out of the blue, and I was not prepared for the impact that it would have in my life. Here's what he said. He said, God has amazing plans for you, Tim. You're not just a captain, but also a general. A captain is someone who leads his troops into battle, like a father in the family. But a general is behind the scenes directing operations, like a grandfather. I believe you are both. His words countered the lies that I had believed. I had believed these important roles in my life of husband and father and pastor that I wasn't equipped to do. But he built into me. He ignited this spark in me that God actually had a different plan for me, that God had a better plan for me. His encouragement changed me. Hi, everyone. I'm Tim Senff, and I'm now a self-professed encouragement junkie. I believe that life-building words have the power to change the trajectory of people's lives. I know that because that's what's happened to me. And so I want to live the rest of my life dispensing encouraging words to the people around me. So today, I'm going to tell you why and how you too can harness the power of encouragement. Proverbs 18:31 says this, the tongue has the power of life and death. Our tongues can be powerful weapons. They can be used to either bring life, like the words that my friend Mark did for me, or they can bring death. They can cut us down. They can erode our identities. Words have power. Author Chris Valentin says this, encouragement is the gift of mining for the treasures in people that they have not yet found in themselves. I agree. The Bible says this exact thing in 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 11. It says, therefore, encourage one another and build one another up, just as you are doing. It's like each of us have been made to be this magnificent cathedral, though we only have a few rows of bricks on our structure. And when we encourage others, it's like we're taking a brick and placing it on that structure, creating more rows, building one another up into that magnificent cathedral, the potential that all of us have. See, my favorite definition of encouragement is very simple. It says encouragement is simply putting courage into someone else. And all of us need courage put into us. Think about the times when you have needed that, when you were nervous for that big presentation at work and you're thinking, oh, what are they going to think of me? And that coworker pulled you aside and said, I think your proposal is spot on. I think you have exactly the right perspective. You're going to do great. And it put courage in you. Think about the time when you were deep in that hole of depression and your spouse stood with you, laid with you, said, I'm not going anywhere. We're going to see this through. There is light at the end of this dark tunnel. Think about that time when you had the most recent dating setback and that friend said, you know what, that guy, he was a jerk. God has somebody better for you. God has a new plan for you. See, that encouragement put courage into you. I know that because that has been true in my life as well. You see, for most of my life, I was programmed to go down this very specific corporate path. And that's what I believed I was going to do until I felt a nudge to actually change that path and go a different way to pursue full-time ministry. But after I'd made that decision, because I had so much programming toward the other path, I really started questioning myself. And so I was on a Go South Africa trip. My dad came with me. I used to lead our Go trips. And so he got to see me in action all week. At the end of the week, he knew that I was wrestling with some of this stuff, so he pulled me aside, and he said, Tim, I got to tell you, gosh, it has been so fun watching you lead people. You're passionate about what you do. You love what you do. You're really good at it. And then he said the words that every son wants to hear from their father. He said, Tim, I'm so proud of you. His encouragement changed me. See, I've been changed by encouragement so many times that now I want to pay that forward in the lives of all the people in my own life that I love, my wife, my kids, the people I work with, my friends, you, even strangers that I don't know. I love encouragement. Some have called me Captain Encouragement. Some have called me Mr. Positivity. I know sometimes they're a little dig at me like I'm too much of an idealist. You know what? I wear those titles with pride because I believe that the world beats us down all the time. It tells us we're not enough, that we're always going to be stuck at this low level of life. I believe we beat ourselves down all the time. And so I want to be a contrarian voice, blowing some wind in the sails of other people. You can do this. I believe in you. God has great things for you. And so as I have begun to encourage people more and more, I've found that there's a recipe that has 4 key ingredients for powerful encouragement. And the first is this, that powerful encouragement is specific. Don't make it generic. You know, oh, yeah, you're good at that. Hey, well done, good job. No, make it specific. Jeremiah, when I told you to stop playing Fortnite and you stopped right away, that was great self-control. That showed you really respect me and honor me. Well done. By the way, that's a hypothetical example. That's how I imagine it would happen. If that actually ever really happened in my life, I have a friend who started at Crossroads not too long ago, and one day I had this little prompting to send them an encouraging note just to build him up, to blow some wind in his sails. And so I sent him a note, said, hey, I just want you to know I'm so incredibly glad that you're here. This note's out of the blue, but I want to tell you a couple things. Here's who you are. You're humble, you're hungry, you're open, tenacious, you're balanced, you're smart, you're godly, and you're the exact leader we need. I know that you left P&G at the top of your game, and I'm proud of you taking that leap of faith. And this person said, you know what? That meant the world to me because I knew that you're being specific. Our encouragement needs to be specific. Number 2, it also needs to be personal. Don't make your encouragement primarily aimed at groups of people. Hey, good job, team, when we won that game. Hey, good job, department, we went after that corporate goal. No one feels encouraged when we encourage groups of people. Make it personal. Encourage an actual person. Ashley, you took that coaching that we gave you. You passed that ball into open space. Do you see how that changed everything? Well done. You did great. Here's another little tip I've found. Don't mix the encouragement you want to share with something else you need from someone else. Don't say, hey, you're doing a great job, and also, I need you to make sure you give me that report by 5 o'clock. The only thing they'll hear is that you need that report, and they think you're being manipulative to get that. If you got something else to share with them, that's great. Pull them aside, send them an email tomorrow or the next hour. Keep our encouragement pure. We need to make it personal. Number 3, powerful encouragement is timely. We need to do it right away. When we let time pass, the impact of our words can be lessened. I try to encourage people here right away when I see them doing something great, if I catch someone in the parking lot picking up some trash just because they want to keep the place looking good, I say, well done. You're making this place a great first impression for new people that I want to have here. If I see somebody praying for someone, I tell them afterwards, I said, hey, great job caring for someone, asking God to be present in their lives. Just this week, our kids' principal sent out an email. It had a schedule for the year. It cast some vision. It was real thorough. And I just read that. And I was like, gosh, this is really good. And then I had this thought pop to my head. A thought I don't think I would have put there myself. It was just encourage the principal. So I was busy, but I took a few minutes to tap out an email. And I just said, hey, listen, that email showed great leadership. It cast a great vision where I was inspired for our kids to go to the school. I know other parents are going to be too. Great job. It's busy season for principals, if you don't know. And I know that was a timely word for our kids' principal. So we want to make sure that we are specific, that we're personal, that we're timely, and finally, that our encouragement is liberal. I'm not talking about politics at all. I'm talking about the quantity of encouragement we offer. Make sure we encourage more rather than less. Encourage early and often. One of the things that we've begun doing as a family is something called word gifts. It's a birthday tradition for everyone in our family. Our daughter Leah, it's her birthday coming up in a couple weeks, so we'll sit her down, and this is how word gifts work. We'll get around the table, we'll eat maybe some dinner, cake and ice cream, and then everyone goes around and shares a gift of some words. Leah, you are creative, you are fun, you are a good friend, you are beautiful, you are musical. And I can just see our kids after word gifts just kind of walk a little taller. Their shoulders are a little straighter. When people have come in and checked out our word gift time as family, I've seen it's contagious for them too. I don't do that just at home. I also brought that to work. We had a staff exercise. We had a day away where I took a different sheet of paper and wrote different names of staff members on each sheet, and then we put it all around the wall, and I gave everyone Sharpies, and I said, here's what you're going to do during this offsite. Write some encouraging words for our teammates, just some word gifts for them. So everyone did that. You might lead a team at work or at home, or you're a coach, and we've tried different things, for team building, a lot of us, right? And a lot of times it'll be on a piece of paper, and we know it doesn't work because afterwards we see people crumple it up, throw it in the trash, the thing didn't work. I got to tell you, this word gift thing, it worked. You know how I know? Because people have these things still posted all over their cubes. I know it worked for me because I have this next to my desk too. Here was mine. And so if I'm having a tough day, sometimes I'll look and I'll say, oh, okay, they think I'm a grace giver. They think I'm driven, I'm visionary, I'm a good leader. It feeds courage into me. See, encouragement can change people. I know because it's changed me, and in some small ways, I've seen how God has used my encouragement to also change other people. There's almost unlimited power in encouragement. Parents, every child wants to know what you think of them, how God made them, what you think they are good at. Your coworkers, they want to know that there's someone that's not in direct competition with them, but rather believes that as we call out each other's gifts, all of the boats in the harbor will rise in your company. Husbands, every wife wants to know that you think they're beautiful, that they're doing a good job, that you will protect them. Wives, every husband needs to know that he has what it takes, that you love him, that you believe in him, that you'll never leave him. If he asks you if his biceps are bigger than Channing Tatum's, you tell him, you're really good at the dishes. You encourage him. See, all of us are in positions of influence in people's lives. All of us can do it. And so if I told you right now, hey, someone that is important in your life is going to say some nice, encouraging things about you, would you say, nah, I don't want it? No, you wouldn't. All of us love that. And so we're going to do that right now. We're going to take out our phones, and I want you to text someone who you believe can be impacted through your encouraging words. So just write their name in right now, and I want you to think about some words that you can share with them that can be specific and personal and timely. Do it now. It can be liberal. Don't make it just a couple sentences. Make it big. You can do this tomorrow. Let's all apply this right now Because that's going to make us feel good when we walk out of this service knowing we've done something that has built someone else up. Let's start texting someone that we believe God wants us to. I'm texting one of my closest childhood friends who I know has been going through a lot. I know some of us may feel like this is kind of weird, awkward, like they're just going to get a random text from us. How good will you feel if you ever receive these in the future at some time in your life? We feel good when people encourage us. Keep doing it. See, there are people in your lives who aren't believing the truth about themselves. They're kind of hunkered down, and we need to lift them up. We need to blow some wind in their sails. We need to encourage them. We need to tell them that we believe God has great things for them, and we see that. See, God can use all of us because there is power in encouragement. Thank you.